Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, sponsored by Hershey's, makers of Kit Kat, Kisses, Reese's Peanut Butter Cups, Hershey's Milk Chocolate, and Milk Chocolate with Almonds.
This season, Pizza Hut's giving you something to celebrate. The holiday stuffer, a pizza loaded with 10 great toppings. Pepperoni, mushrooms and olives, Italian sausage, ham and bacon, beef and pork toppings, onions, even green peppers. Now at Pizza Hut, try one medium for a special price of $9.99. Any second pizza's half its menu price. But you'd better hurry because when the season ends, so does the deal. Enjoy the holiday stuffer from Pizza Hut. One medium's $9.99. Any second pizza's half its menu price.
The world-famous Metropolitan Life representative is playing charades. First word, first syllable. Wave, ocean, sea. Seascape, seesaw, soup spoon. First word, second syllable.
Sounds like one. Sun,
Season. Second word.
three,
Shape.
dog lips.
Dog lips.
I got it.
Season's greetings from MetLife.
You know what it's like during the holidays. Someone is always dropping in. Oh, ho! As always, they'll expect plenty of 7-Up. So if you get a lot of unexpected guests, get a lot of the only taste that will do for Christmas, 7-Up. After all, the more, the merrier.
Christmas time is almost here. Want to make cookies? So we're baking up some holiday cheer. Pillsbury slice and bake cookies. Cookies! With Rudolph, Charlie Brown's tree, and ho-ho-hos. Spending time together, making memories forever. Merry Christmas! My heart to yours.
You'll find a gift for every member of the family at Target, including Mrs. Doubtfire with Robin Williams, Scrooge, and Rookie of the Year. 3 of the many entertaining home videos from Fox, $9.99 to $12.99.
Time for
If your old home entertainment stuff has become less than, well, entertaining, come to Best Buy. Because right now, you can get 0% interest for 1 whole year on TVs, VCRs, camcorders, stereos, speakers, and components. So if your old stuff is finally run out of holiday spirit, come check out the new stuff at Best Buy.
Ooh, that's a nice postcard, Billy. Where'd you get it?
Well, my dad went to Burger King, and when he bought a new steak sauce burger combo, he got this postcard free. They have coupons for Kmart Photo Center on great stuff like 2-for-1 prints and discounts on Duracell batteries and poster enlargements.
Come to Burger King for a delicious steak sauce burger combo and get a great Kmart Christmas offer. How do you know all this?
I read this while I was waiting to see you. Your way, my way at Burger King now.
Kathy, this Christmas I got the family a great gift at a great price. A Kodak Colorburst instant camera. And Kodak is sending us back $5. I also bought them 5 packs of Kodak instant film. And Kodak is sending us back another $5. $10 in all. Gee, Kathy, there really is a Santa Claus, huh?
Young man, you should be in bed by now.
Save up to $10 on all Kodak Colorburst instant cameras and films. See your photo dealer for details.
This year, nobody can resist Garfield plush toys at McDonald's. A different one every week while supplies last for $2.69 each. 50 cents of which is donated to Ronald McDonald Children's Charities.
McDonald's today.
The headstock's back and it's better than ever for Christmas this year.
The 1999 Hestra and Space Shuttle are here.
soaring into the new millennium with lights and sound straight out of Mission Control. Retractable bay doors that activate the satellite launcher, and it's blast off to Hess stations where the shuttle is landed for $19.99, Energizer batteries included. Happy holidays from Hess.
Giving beats everything, and nobody beats the Wiz.
If you're having a hard time finding that special Christmas gift and you live near Susquehanna, New Jersey, giving will be a lot easier this year. Nobody Beats the Wiz is opening another superstore this Friday, November 29th on Route 10 at the Roxbury Mall in Susquehanna. Be there. For Christmas, as always, nobody beats the Wiz.
Cookie Crisp, Merry Cookie Crisp. Little cookies like the chips that you can't resist. Cookie, Crook, and Chip in a one-dog open sleigh. Crashing through the snow, laughing all the way. Bells on top, top free.
They're not very bright, but being that it's Christmas time, I'll give them some tonight. Cookie Crisp is the merry part of this complete breakfast.
Now there's a Marvel Spider-Man trading card, free inside specially marked boxes of Cookie Crisp.
Ow. So you think Santa will like these red and green M&Ms?
I don't know. I never met the guy. He does exist.
They do exist. Santa?
Next, climb aboard.
Next reindeer's due any minute.
It's those sensational California raisins in the Emmy-winning Playmation Christmas celebration next.
It takes a special touch to make a cool, creamy, smooth Dairy Queen holiday cake. So why do we go to all this trouble?
We treat you right.
A flash camera for Paul, a radio for Linda, and the Energizer for all. The Energizer.
Of all leading battery brands, nothing outlasts the Energizer from Eveready. Nothing outsnaps it. Nothing outadds, outruns, outplays, outshines, outlasts it. Nothing.
Tonight's one long night. I need the Energizer too. The Energizer. Energize for life.
Long life.
Energize me.
Scrooge here. I've turned over a new leaf after leafing through Sears Gifts of Value supplement from the newspaper. Why, when a codger like me goes from no Christmas list to this, Sears Super Values help. Look, I'm giving a microwave to cook the holiday bird, clothes to warm their spirits, a color TV, and powerfully handy craftsman tools. The Sears supplement in this week's paper offers you a generous helping of ideas, too. And that's no humbug.
Sears, where America shops for gifts of...
I don't know how he's gonna fit.
This holiday season at KFC, get 3 of our freshly prepared Colonel's Crispy Strips, mashed potatoes and gravy, coleslaw, and a biscuit for just $2.99. It's a meal everybody will love. Everybody.
And here's our holiday gift to your family. Get 4 Colonel's Crispy Strips for just 99 cents. That's right, just 99 cents when you purchase any 8-piece family meal or larger at the regular menu price. Happy holidays from KFC.
Only from Atari. Made especially for systems from Atari. The video game that lets you help E.T. get home. Just in time for Christmas. Happy holidays.
Gift wrappings of Hallmark. Hundreds of ways to let you create a look that's you and only you. Gift wrappings that make presents look special. That say, this is from me to you. With love. Gift wrappings you can find only at Hallmark, where there's more to Christmas than ever before.
To teach the world to sing in perfect harmony. I'd like to buy the world a coat I keep it company. Coquette's right to everyday that makes you feel right. Coquette, keep it company. Coquette's right to everything that makes you live nice.
There's a place where Christmas dreams come true. The Kmart Toy Store. Look inside and see what we've got. All the great new toys you and your kids will love a lot. We've got cars and trucks and helicopters. That should come as no surprise. And dolls and phones and board games for kids of every size. With Hasbro, Bradley, Mattel, Kenner, Fisher-Price, and Ideal, all the makers you've come to trust, we've been stocking up with a big Christmas rush. But before any of those toys make it to the shelf, we give them something very nice. We pick them up and give them a low, low Kmart price. Christmas dreams can come true. It's certainly happened before. And there's a place that makes the dreams real easy on you, the Kmart Toy Store.
I got a feeling I'm gonna get something really good this Christmas.
Kmart, we've got it, and we've got it.
Captain's log. It's almost Christmas and I'm bored. How about some angry Christmas songs? Well, it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Everywhere you go. Take a look at the 5 and 10. Listening once again. With candy canes and silver lanes aglow. Well, it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Toys in every store. But the prettiest sight to see, hey, is the holiday that will be on your own front door. Well, a pair of hop-along boots and a pistol that shoots is the wish of Bonnie and Ben. Dolls that will talk and go for a walk is the hope of Janice and Jen. When mom and dad can hardly wait for school to start again. Well, it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Hey, everywhere you go. There's a tree in the Grand Hotel, yeah, one the park as well. The steady kind of doesn't mind the snow. Well, it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Soon the bells will start. And the thing that will make them ring. Hey, it's a carol that you sing. Right within your heart. It's together that's the light of Christmas. We'll forego the solo. Maybe I should sing another. Oh, maybe I shouldn't even have sang that one.
I may live through 2023. I'm not ready to go yet, okay? I'm not ready. You gotta wait. I got shit to do. I'm in the middle of something, all right? Just hold on. You are a cunt. Man or woman, you are a cunt. A C-U-N-T Watt. Cunts. I happen to love the word.
Watch your mouth or don't come in here.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Oh, yeah, people, come on, we're adults here. You know what? What is the point?
Yeah, we're adults here. I got a fucking Burger King fucking thing on my head. We're all fucking adults here, guys. People in my chat, 2 words. What are they? 2 words. Let me see the chat flood. Let me see the chat flood. 2 words. Okay, next caller. Please. Let's get into the meat and potatoes, which translate in American to dick and balls.
I got flip-flops. These are my flip-flops. Yeah, I really like my flip-flops because I can put them on. Because look, watch me put them on. I can put them on all by myself. Watch me put them on. Look, are you watching? Look, these are my flip-flops.
Thanksgiving Day. I remember it clearly. It was Thanksgiving Day. I was inserting myself in somebody else's fucking business as a cash grab, and you know.
This channel is harsh reality.
Karen Yak se jodió la sucia vida. Amen.
This is Jonathan Lee Riches. I have cheeseburgers. I'm gonna put cheese on them. I'm gonna make sure that I have my hamburgers because I'm a big boy now and I can make the hamburgers. My mom lets me use the stove now.
And I'm just like, wow, I like receipts, and they brought receipts. Like they had evidence to back up everything they said. And I'm like, okay, well, there's got to be another side to this, right? Like this can't. No, this is too fantastic.
Yeah, because you're not going to just jump to the conclusion that there's a conspiracy amongst cops to cover up a murder. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, cops and just like soccer moms and shit. Like that's what made it even crazier. Like,
yeah, get it, Betty. Yeah,
did you have a close relationship with your mom?
Get it, Betty.
Oh, of course, I still do.
Yeah.
My older sister was kind of sad. She was more of the prissy girl that like going
That
and
is
getting
the
the hair
best
done
shit
and,
fucking
shopping for the dresses with mommy. I was the tomboy that like playing with the feet.
Shout out to Cherry for just being just easily the most faithful and loyal supporter that I've ever had, man. That someone could have that tenacity with loyalty. And I'm really blessed to have someone like Cherry be part of this channel and in my life. So it means a lot. And yes, I named him after Mr. T and Rocky. Say, woman. Say, woman. Say, woman. Since your old man ain't got no heart, why don't you come down to my apartment tonight and I'll show you a real man. Oh my God, I'm so in love with this little dude. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this one up. I love you guys very, 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 very much. And we will do this again very soon, my friends. Oh, say bye. Say bye. Oh, I love you too. Give me a kiss. Oh, I love you. Bye, guys. Welcome, everybody. Good morning, or good afternoon, technically, at this point. It's really good to see you guys. It has not been long. I was live very late last night, and I want to thank you guys again for joining me, those of you who did. Today's going to be, I didn't tag, like, John O'Keefe or Karen Reed or Turtle Boy or anything. I didn't do that here, but the fact is, the people who are following this case and the people who have most recently started to support me are the people who I really want to hear this the most, because I realize that you guys are not privy to what a cesspool YouTube can really be, and especially in the so-called true crime community. Now, in the true crime community, there's something called the Krama community, which the reason why I'm making this video, or I'm doing this live, sorry, is a better way to put it. The reason why I'm doing this live stream is because I really want you guys to know the difference and be warned moving forward, because make no mistake, once this case starts to gain some traction, once it gets more press, once it gets more press coverage, it's going to get really, really ugly. The vultures are going to come out. Okay? Make no mistake about this. And this is just a fair warning, because I have been doing this for a little over 5 years now, I think. And recently I have done everything that I can to try to separate myself from this part of the community, because frankly, at this point, it disgusts me. The thing about the thing about this community, once it gets its claws in a case, it will totally infect the case and its integrity. And the victims and loved ones of those victims will be affected. The people who truly care about the people involved in this case will be affected. And people and creators and subscribers of those creators will do what we like to call going real life. And this is a problem. And this is the part of this community that disgusts me. Absolutely 100%. This is not something that I've ever engaged in and gotten in the habit of, much less. And I don't want those of you who are not familiar with this to get baited into back and forths with these people, to where the integrity of what really matters in the Karen Reed and the John O'Keefe case gets compromised. I don't want the integrity to get compromised because you guys feel the need to engage with these people and try to educate them. Make no mistake whatsoever, these people aren't interested in being educated. These people are not interested in facts. These people are not interested in evidence. These people are not interested in proof. These are people who only want to capitalize on the drama that these cases create. And it's very, very disgusting. So before this happens, I'm trying to play a little damage control before it even happens, is kind of the purpose of this live stream, just to give you guys a little heads up. And I'm going to use one particular creator mostly as an example of who to avoid 100%, and their community, because this person is basically kind of prides herself as the queen bee of the drama community. It's her name is actually, her channel name is actually Queen Bee. She has an alt channel called The Hive. And there is just a plethora of disgusting people who follow this channel, who support this channel. And in my personal opinion, the behavior that this creator and the people who panel on this creator engage in, they support this behavior. If you support channels who engage in this behavior, you support this behavior. And I want nothing to do with these people. And I'm here as somewhat as a courtesy to those who I become, who I've come to love and respect. A absolute warning to those of you to avoid these people altogether. They have already done a couple of live streams trying to jump on this bandwagon, but it didn't take. Okay. When Queen Bee tried to talk about this, it didn't really take. She didn't get that many views because not many people are really talking about this yet, except for mostly the Massachusetts locals. And so moving forward, like I said, I'm going to show you some examples of what I'm talking about. A lot of hypocrisy. And some of them will argue, well, you're a drama channel, Blair. Well, no, I'm not. Let me explain to you the difference between a drama channel and not a drama channel. You can always tell the drama channels. Always tell the drama channels because they always make it about themselves. Everything is about them. Everything is about a rift, a personal rift between other creators and them or other subscribers and them. And it's always about them. Always. It's never about the case. It always becomes about them. LTL True Crime Podcast. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate it. I'm going to skip the song, but I have a lot to say on this particular subject. I see this a lot in the Idaho 4 case. Exactly. Good point. Spin after spin after spin. It's unreal. Totally agree. And I'm glad you noticed this. And make sure, guys, those of you who aren't subscribed to LTL True Crime Podcast, subscribe to him. Brian's great. I'll be on his show on Thursday, I think it is. I know it's the 21st. I think it lands on a Thursday. I'll be a guest there, and I'm really looking forward to the banter with him. Now, right, it's constant fighting over nothing. Now, again, like I said, the difference is how it's every case, Cherry. It's every case. But yes, those are some excellent examples. Excellent examples. So now I'm gonna play a new clip channel came up, and I love clip channels. I do. They make things real easy. Clip channels are like Cliff Notes, and I'm a big fan. So I always love to say that blessed are the clip channels. So clip channels, much love. Now, the I don't know, this channel just came out like yesterday, right? And I was just like, what is this? And I don't know how this channel feels about me. For all I know, they'll make videos about me because they don't like me. I don't know. But so far, I like what they're focused on because they are putting in some work, because we're talking about going through hours and hours and hours of live streaming that I could never bring myself to stomach to listen to. And they go through this to point out this hypocrisy, and it's beautiful. And I'll show you. I will give you an example. This channel is called In Their Own Words, which is very simple, very clever, and absolutely accurate. what's clever about it. It is absolutely accurate because they just clip these people and what they're saying and shows the contradictions in what they do and the hypocrisy in what they do. So far, this channel's focus is Queen Bee, and Queen Bee is a perfect example of this. So let's go ahead and watch this because these are great videos. And they do an excellent job. You'll see. I'm going to go through all three. 2 of these videos I've already watched. The most recent video I have not watched. I have not looked into. That'll be a reaction. But these first 2 videos that I'm going to show are absolutely fantastic.
Real Life, Episode 1.
Here's his license plates, bitch. Look, it says Dolly Vision right on the back of it. Look.
Shut up. Oh my
It says Dolly Vision, yes.
Okay, now let me give you guys a little history on that. Okay. One drama channel posing as a true crime channel would be Dolly Vision. Dolly Vision is an idiot. No doubt about that. But make no mistake, again, I do not support going real life on anyone. There have been rumors of Dolly Vision being a rapist and so on and so forth. I've never seen any evidence of this. I will never, ever, ever spread these types of rumors because I need evidence. I will never accuse somebody of anything crazy like that without evidence. But make no mistake, Dolly Vision is a fucking moron. And he has not done jack shit of research on this case other than watching YouTubers and maybe a little court TV or Law and Crime. But he has not actually looked into these documents. And if he has, he doesn't comprehend them because, well, he's stupid. So, but there's always these personal rifts going back and forth between Dolly Vision, between Queen Bee, shit that's just too much for me to even keep up with. But now what this is set up to be is there's this person named Aileen. A while back, there was a case, the Quentin Simon case. He was a little infant boy that went missing, and law enforcement had believed him to be deceased. Their investigations led them to this conclusion, and they publicly named, and this is the one mistake that I will criticize the Chatham County Police Department for doing, is they publicly named Quentin Simon's mother as the suspect. Now, Quentin Simon's mother is definitely the person who I believe to be guilty. All of the evidence dictates this. I have no reason to think that the Chatham County Police Department's investigation slipped up in any way, shape, or form, other than publicly stating that Leilani Simon was the main suspect. That is the one thing I would criticize them for. And the reason why is because what it did was bring out the people who think that they are the same as Turtle Boy and doing the same thing that Turtle Boy does, except they don't. This is why Turtle Boy gets compared to these people. Because the fact is Chatham County actually conducted a very, very thorough investigation, and they released the fact that they suspected Leilani Simon as the murderer of her infant son, Quentin. And in doing so, this brought out Bullhorn Betty and Dolly Vision to Chatham County, to Savannah, Georgia, and they just camped out in front of Leilani Simon's house, screaming and yelling through a bullhorn, screaming obscenities, screaming details of a murdered baby, that they didn't have any details on. None of this information had been released yet. And they just jumped to these conclusions and disturbed this neighborhood relentlessly. And in the process of this, at some point, yes, Tom CPU, absolutely. In the process of this, Dolly Vision came out there and, and then this person, Aileen, showed up. Now, people will say, well, Queen Bee sent her out there and blah, blah, blah. I don't give a shit. I mean, to me, Aileen is a grown woman and responsible for her own decisions and her own choices, and she's accountable for her own actions. Plain and simple. I'm not going to blame Queen Bee for sending someone out there. That's just ridiculous. This is anybody. I blame anybody who goes real life in support of Queen Bee on them, not Queen Bee, but on them. Queen Bee's responsible for her own actions. Her mods are responsible for their own actions, and her community, each individual person involved in that community are responsible for their own actions. Now, when Aileen came out there to, now I don't have that footage pulled up, but when Aileen came out there, she decided to counter protest against Dolly Vision and Bullhorn Betty, and she brought her own bullhorn, and she brought her bullhorn out there, and she started screaming out Bullhorn Betty's police record, or her arrest record, which is extensive. And in doing so, this got to a point to where it infuriated Dolly Vision. He technically assaulted her by putting his hands on her and taking away the bullhorn from her hands, snatching it from her hands, where he could have seriously hurt her, but she wasn't hurt. And she doesn't actually, and in Aileen's defense, she doesn't play victim about this, that I've heard. Maybe she does behind the scenes and shit like that. I don't know. But from what I've seen, she doesn't play victim about this. And so what ended up happening was Dolly got arrested for assault. And basically, I mean, listening to this at this point, you can see that these so-called peaceful protests were not so peaceful. And the basis behind these protests were absolute bullshit, because the Chatham County Police Department were actually doing their jobs and doing a fantastic job, as it were. So, and if you support Queen Bee, knock yourselves out. That's cool. But the facts don't lie. You know, I mean, if you choose to support her after what you see here, then that's up to you. But the facts don't lie. I mean, data doesn't lie. So moving forward, you'll see what ends up happening is Aileen ends up driving, and I guess there's a private chat that goes on, I guess, in Discord. I'm assuming it's Discord. It could be Discord, could be Facebook Messenger. I'm not 100% sure, but there's a lot of behind the scenes chitter chatter that goes on with these drama channels. I'm going to do a deep dive into what the purpose behind this shit is in a little while, but let's just fill you in on what's going on as far as the Aileen, Dolly Vision, Queen Bee situation here, which is what this video is about. So Aileen basically texts Queen Bee because everybody just wants to impress her for some godforsaken reason. I have no idea why. She's this person that everyone seems to fawn over. It's just odd to me. It's bizarre. But, you know, when you listen to her, you'll see why I find it very strange and bizarre. It's very Twilight Zone-ish. But moving forward, listen for yourselves.
Yes, bitch, that's him. I swear to God.
Before I share the whole video,
let me play that one more time.
Remind you.
That says Dolly Vision right on the back of it. Look.
Shut up. Oh my God.
Now that's happening in private. See, Queen Bee knows better than to do that in public. She knows very much better to do this in public, but she doesn't seem to understand the concept that people screenshot things and people screen record things, and they're going to share them. It's going to happen. So this absolutely happened behind the scenes, and she thought that she was safe, and then ends up denying this stuff on a live stream, which is fucking hilarious to me.
Yes, bitch, that's him. I swear to God.
Before I share the whole video, let me remind you of what was said.
We were talking about when Aileen went to Dolly's house.
Right. So she calls me when she's 6 minutes outside of Dolly's house, and I said, "You're going to Dolly's house?"
Yeah, nobody would think that's right.
Queen Bee and Aleen's text conversation. Aleen sends Queen Bee a picture from the interstate and says, "Guess where I'm close to?" At 1:50 p.m., Queen Bee replies with 10 laughing face emojis and says, "Drive by Dolly's."
Okay, now right there, why do they know where Dolly lives in the first place? Why is anyone interested in the first place at all whatsoever where someone lives on this platform? I have absolutely zero interest in knowing where any one of you or any creator on YouTube lives. I have no interest in what's going on in their personal life behind the scenes. I don't give a fuck about their relationships with their families. I don't give a fuck about the relationships with their kids. And I don't give a fuck about the relationships with their families or with their friends, because it means dick to me. It has nothing to do with anything. It means absolute dick to me. Nothing. But for some reason, these people, when there's a back and forth going on, and then somebody is trying to top this person, and then somebody tries to top this person, and then the other person, and then so on and so forth, and then somebody goes for big air and goes, "Well, you know what? I've got nothing left, so I'm going to try to find out where they live, and then I'm going to call their job. I'm going to try to get them fired." Massachusetts people, any of this sound familiar? Does a little name like Lizzie Proctor mean anything to you? Now, you have one side of people who are just focused on getting the truth out, and then you have another side of people who go real life on other people because they have nothing better. They have nothing else to argue with, right? So that's my argument for, this is one argument for why these drama channels do what they do and why they have no business covering crime cases. And that's fine. They're free to do it. This is a warning to you to not pay attention to them and give them any fuel, because they will turn the integrity in this case into a shit show of drama if you allow it. If you allow it. Okay? This is what this live is about, folks.
Ha 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 ha. 1 hour and 23 minutes later, Aleen replies, "I am just sightseeing first."
Pay attention, because these are receipts, folks. 1 hour and 35 minutes later, okay? 1 hour and 35 minutes later. Drive by Dolly's, she says. Now, she says, ha, 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 so that she could say later on that, "Oh, well, I was just kidding. I didn't expect her to take it seriously." But the fact that she never actually goes, "Hey, just kidding. Don't do that. That's a bad idea." The fact that she never seems to do this is, to me, something that speaks volumes. There's a very, very apparent lack of integrity here.
"42 minutes later, Aleen sends Queen Bee another message. "I'm 13 minutes away, LMAO. Queen Bee immediately replies, "Oh fuck bitch," then sends 7 laughing face emojis. Then sends, "Are you seriously going by his house?" with 2 more laughing face emojis. Aleen replies,
And she's, look at the response.
"Yeses, he'll call you. I'm by the redacted for privacy mall." Queen Bee had at least 2.
Now, I don't think I'm crazy, and I sure as fuck don't think I'm blind, but that looks like these two commiserated in Aileen going to Dolly's house. Why? Why would they do that? For what? What is the purpose? Now, of course, as you can see, this is all happening behind the scenes because Queen Bee would never want anyone in public to scrutinize her for this because she knows it's fucked up.
I'm by the redacted for privacy mall. Queen Bee had at least 2 hours and 18 minutes to tell Aline that going by Dolly's was a bad idea.
She's in a criminal.
And when she called me, I actually called the other girls on my fucking other phone when I had my other phone at that time. I called them on the phone and had Jonesin, Cappy, NorCal, and Murray on the phone with me the entire time. She was out that we were on the phone with her.
Now I have a problem with this. You see that text thread right there. Now that is a background. I'm very familiar with Facebook Messenger. That is clearly a Facebook Messenger thread, easily identified as a Facebook Messenger thread. Now, at no point now on Facebook Messenger, you can see there was a call that was taken place. If a call took place, there's no call that took place. It would say call ended or at blah, 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 or it would say call, or it would say that a call took place, but there's nothing there stating that a call took place. So Queen Bee's story here is, okay, well, the reason why you don't see that in text is because we actually spoke. So basically she's naming all of these other creators in the drama community as her accomplices to say, and to back up her story, hey, we all talked and I tried to talk her out of it. But that sure as shit doesn't look like she tried to talk anybody out of anything to me.
I'll call you. I'm by the redacted for privacy mall. Queen Bee had at least 2 hours and 18 minutes to tell Aline that going by Dolly's was a bad idea.
She's in a criminal.
And when she called me, I actually called the other girls on my fucking other phone when I had my other phone at that time. I called them on the phone and had Jonesin, Cappy, NorCal, and Murray on the phone with me the entire time. She was out that we were on the phone with her. And I even messaged Savage. I said, Aileen is outside Dolly's house. Tell her to go home. And she goes, I already did. She knows she's going to mess up her case, man. That girl just needs to go on home.
Yeah, and I heard
now the
you saying,
the case being the criminal case against Dolly for technically assaulting Aileen and snatching the bullhorn from her in Savannah, Georgia. So, I mean, clearly, there's just a lot of bullshit going on here.
Go home.
Queen Bee implicates Jones and N, Cappy, NorCal, Murray, and Savage Live Media in knowing that Aline was going to Dolly's house. Heels in the Air says she heard Queen Bee tell Aline to go home. How did she hear that? She wasn't on Queen Bee's list of names.
Right. Now, Heels in the Air's credibility is 150% fucked. Most of you know why, but I won't get into that.
Before I play the video of Aline at Dolly's house, I want you to hear one more clip from Queen Bee. I'll play it straight through. Do you think her version of events will line up with the actual video of Aline at Dolly's?
She did go to his house. She should have never fucking went to his goddamn house.
Right.
Yeah. Hallucinogenic recipe. The channel link is pinned in the chat.
Common sense ain't common. And I sure as fuck did laugh when she said she was in his fucking thing. I said, yeah, I laughed. I sure the fuck did because I didn't believe that bitch.
Yeah, who's gonna believe something like that? Like, it's so crazy.
Why wouldn't you believe her? Why wouldn't you believe her? For what? Like that's your defense is I just didn't believe her. Okay.
If you're there, drive by there. If you're there, drive by there. No, she did. She fucking drove by there. She didn't just drive by there. She pulled the fuck up, stopped, and got out the goddamn car and had her fucking all up in his fucking windows of his car, was all in his fucking yard, talking to the neighbor, telling the fucking neighbors that he's a pedo, all kinds of nasty shit.
Yeah.
That's why the fuck, that's why the fuck I got the other girls on the fucking phone. Oh no, you ain't finna do this. Oh no. Oh no, I need a witness. Nope, not even a motherfucking witness.
Well, all this started with BHB and you. All that.
Fucking, that's when she started crying on and had a fucking total breakdown and shit.
Yeah, but all this started with BHB with you was because she thought you sent Aileen to Georgia.
I will be covering most of
Now, why this is absolutely relevant is this is one example of a case and YouTube creators getting a hold of it and it going tits up, because Quentin Simon's memory, an infant that was murdered, is lost in all of this shit. This is what the Quentin Simon case has basically become as far as YouTube is concerned. These people bickering over each other and going real life on each other, showing up to each other's houses, harassing each other, terrorizing each other, and then pointing fingers at each other. This is what the integrity of an infant victim's memory has become.
most of the video to protect others' privacy. Please pay close attention to what is said and, more importantly, how it is said.
Where is she live at?
She's live. No, she's live like right now with us. She's on a video. She's live. Like she called me on video camera.
Oh, so
and I called you guys on my other phone real quick.
she can hear us?
Yeah, she can hear us. Can you hear us? Haley, can you hear us? So now she can't, but look, here's his license plates, bitch. Look, it says Dolly Vision right on the back of it. Look.
Shut up. Oh my
God. It says Dolly Vision. Yes, bitch, that's him.
I mean, does that sound like in any way, shape, or form that she was discouraging this and going, don't do that, girl. That's a bad idea. No. And I'm going to get into why. I promise you, there's the next video I go over. I'm going to basically mathematically, like Plevin, explain what the motive behind all of this is, because make no mistake, there is absolute motive behind all of this.
I swear to God, Betty is going to fucking go off and lose her shit. Look, that's his house. Look,
this is interesting because people, Betty is now in a civil lawsuit with Queen Bee. Those of you who don't know, Betty has filed a civil suit against Queen Bee. And this is bad for Queen Bee because now the fact is the lawsuit was absolute bullshit. The lawsuit that Bullhorn Betty filed is absolute bullshit. It's ridiculous. But now Queen Bee is countersuing Betty, and this right here is a bad look for her countersuit. I'm not a lawyer, but I'm going to assume that it is.
That's his house right there. I swear to God. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Oh my God. I feel like this is illegal. I'm feeling illegal right now.
And they're laughing about it. And they still try to explain this away, which is hilarious to me.
They have it. Don't they have an active court like situation? She's probably not supposed to be there.
I muted the phone so she can't hear us. But holy fuck, look at that. She is outside his fucking house.
Now, does that sound anyway like she is discouraging this behavior from Aileen showing up to Dolly's house? Or does this sound like they're all celebrating it and just enjoying how juicy this is?
No, look at her. I can't believe you're even there, Aileen. Look at this.
He's got like 9,000 cars. He
Oh my god, bitch.
His windows are wide open in his car. Oh man, Aileen, I don't think this is a good idea, girl.
Somebody said it was a bad idea. It wasn't Queen Bee, though.
She's already there, bitch.
I don't know.
So right there, Queen Bee had an absolute opportunity to discourage this. The door was kicked open for Queen Bee to go, you're right, this is a bad idea. Aileen, get the fuck out of there. What are you doing? She does not do this. She just goes, hey, she's already there, bitch. Right? I mean, 100% encouraging this shit. Happy for Life gifted a membership. Thank you so much. And that went to Boston Bridget. Welcome. What are those? I remember you, Boston Bridget. What are those?
Yeah, I told her it's not a good idea. I said, this is not a good idea.
Oh, now
Listen
she's
again
saying
if
that.
you need to.
Now she's saying
The
it.
only voices you hear are Norcal, Queen Bee, and Aline. Does Queen Bee sound giddy and excited throughout the video? Does she sound extra excited that Bullhorn Betty is going to flip her shit over this? Do you ever hear her tell Aline it's a bad idea? Does the audio on this video match what we've been told about the events since April? Is Queen Bee a real lifer? Let me know in the comments.
Okay. So now there's that. Now, this is where things get a little bit deeper and more complicated because there's a method to Queen Bee's madness. Remember, this shit takes place all behind the scenes. Okay? Pay close attention because this clip channel is fantastic. Fucking fantastic.
Money Amnesia, Episode 1. A few weeks ago, Perplexed TC claimed Queen Bee has 1,200 members and makes $10,000 a month on YouTube. Queen Bee has mentioned it several times since. Let's listen.
True crime
And
community.
she's going off about my members, talking about I have 1,200 members. Where the fuck do you get that from? Where the fuck did that come from?
I don't
You
know.
have 22.
Okay. People, what is the answer to 99 out of 100 questions? Money.
1,000 subs. You have way more fucking members than I do, I'm sure. So
No.
what the fuck?
Thank you, Happy for
What
Life.
does that mean you're making? See, you shouldn't even be worried about no $900 if you're making bank like that. Shit, let me in on the fucking secret.
Now, let me be very clear about something. As YouTube creators, if you're monetized, we all make money. I make money on my channel. I do everything the way that I do. And the way that I look at making money on YouTube is I will come up here, I'll do what I do. And if it makes me good money, great. If I don't make a cent off of a live stream, that's fine too. I do this because it keeps me just simply grateful for what I do make. It keeps me honest. I don't come up here and tell lies. I don't come up here and e-bag. I don't come up here and grift. I do what I do and I try to entertain you. And if you see fit to support me for it, then I am grateful. It begins and ends there. Period. Watch closely.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that hide in the bushes. There's a lot of people, and I would love to know where I think it was Sonya. I think maybe Sonya. I got the screenshot. Where did she come? Where did you come up that I got 1,200 members? I mean, I know you guys love to pocket watch, but where'd you come up with that number at? Because that's definitely wrong and it's way off.
There are more examples, but to save time, I'll just share those two. Here is the live where Queen Bee spills the tea on her memberships.
Like, what the fuck is this list? I don't know what the fuck this is. I know Queen Bella got really upset, but the difference between 14,000 subscribers and 4,000 subscribers is you have a lot of members and there's a lot of people to take. Like, there's a lot going on. I don't like Discord as it is anyways. So when we have, 1,200 members, 1,200 members, 1,200 members, 1,200 members, I can't keep track of all that. So I don't just add every single member that I have. I have it on the inmate membership where if people want to pay to be in here and not gifted a membership just to come in and talk shit, you're more than welcome to. Anybody that's on the inmate or in the inmate, whatever, which is like $4.99, you're welcome to be in the Discord. It doesn't matter who you are. Queen Bella, if you want to come in that Discord, you're more than welcome to be there. You just, you know what I'm saying? It's the inmate level. The fucking link is there. It's pinned. It's not down. Never has been.
So the queen has a swarm of 1,200 bees. We heard it from her own mouth. Most of them are gifted. But does this mean she makes close to $10,000 a month? Queen Bee has her analytics removed from Playboard and other YouTube tracking apps. So we're going to have to do this the old school way. Queen Bee's lowest tier has been $3.99 for several months now. I confirmed by looking through 1 month of lives. She was donated 800 memberships while live. That equals $3,192 from those donated memberships. That leaves for 100 paying members. She has an $8 tier, a $30 tier, and a $65 tier.
God damn.
Assuming the majority is the lowest level and a few on the other levels, we can guesstimate that the revenue from those members is around $2,880.
Just
I
for
looked at
membership.
several random weeks of super chats from the past 6 months. Queen Bee's weekly average is $452. That gives us a monthly total of $1,808. AdSense pays about $4 for every 1,000 views. A 4-week total of views for Queen Bee is an average of 75,000 views, giving her roughly $300 a month in revenue. Assuming most of her videos are not approved for full AdSense.
Right.
I found this co-host to help me with the math. Donated memberships. $3,192. Paying memberships. $2,880.
Now, are you watching closely?
Donated memberships. $3,192. Paying memberships. $2,880. Super chats. $1,808. AdSense. $300. For a grand total of $8,180. This total does not include money from PayPal, Venmo, or Cash App. It also does not include the money Queen Bee is getting in lawyer donations. This also does not include memberships, super chats, or any other forms of money Queen Bee is receiving on her second channel. The Hive. In my opinion, Perplex TC was very close in her guess of 10,000. These numbers are just random averages over the past.
No, that's not B Tim. That's just an AI voice. That's all that is. This person is you can kind of hear the typos in the way this person types from time to time, and then it generates a voice based on what this person types in their video. But no, it's not any creator's voice.
Past 6 months. Because Queen Bee hides her analytics from Playboard and other similar apps, we may never know exactly how much honey the Queen Bee brings in. Does that sound like a broke bee to you?
Now, interesting about this. In my opinion, this is 150% calculated. This is absolutely managed. That kind of money, nobody just willy-nilly just lets happen. Anybody who makes that kind of money is managing this process very meticulously. And I believe that every single thing that happens as far as drama is absolutely with the intention to generate this kind of money, because it attracts people who have nothing better to do with their lives or their money other than get involved in other people's personal shit. That's all it is. And she knows this, and she capitalizes off of this. And make your money. That's fine. I'm not even faulting her for this. What I'm saying is, no, be aware, because there's no fucking way that anybody who pulls in close to $10,000 a month is not aware of what they're doing to generate this kind of revenue. There's just no way. I believe that all of the drama in a drama channel that makes money is absolutely calculated, is absolutely premeditated in order to generate this kind of revenue. 100%. It is naive to think that it is not. So when you have someone who is smart enough to deny publicly something that absolutely happens behind the scenes, because these things, what happens is when there are people stirring up drama in their Discord or in their Facebook, what's going on there, this stuff stirs things up, because the next thing you know, Queen Bee will go live and go, oh, I'm going to call this bitch out. Right? And then these people go, ooh. And then, you know, backstage in the Discord and in the Facebook Messenger threads, there's these Michael Jackson gifs of him eating popcorn and being like, ooh, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? She knows this. She's been doing this too long. Guaranteed. And cases are a great basis for this. When there is a split room, okay? When there is a split room where there's this side over here that feels like, let's say, Karen Read is innocent, and then this side over here that feels that Karen Read is absolutely guilty, well, then what happens is a channel like this benefits from the drama stirring up between these people. This happened with the Sophie Long case. Okay. Now, this was not a criminal case. This goes back to where my problems with Queen Bee took place. Now, when this was happening, Queen Bee was a moderator for a channel called The Critical K. And she was absolutely 100% a lapdog for Critical K. Totally 100%. And what was going on was that now this constantly happened. I got doxxed. Like my psycho abusive ex ended up contacting Critical K and sharing all this bullshit with her. And this stirred up a bunch of shit. And Critical K made a whole bunch of money behind the scenes and attracted more people to her channel by digging into my personal life. And not only mine, I'm just using myself as an example, but a lot of other people's. And I know for a fact, and I don't have proof of this because Critical K's channel is gone. It no longer exists. Then she started another channel and then is gone too. And Critical K got sued for $10 million and lost. But since Critical K didn't have $10 million, she lost by default and was ordered to pay $500,000. Now, Critical K doesn't have $500,000 either. So what ended up happening is she ended up gone. And after Critical K was gone, Queen Bee flourished, kind of took the baton. But she's not as clever as Critical K was. Critical K made a lot more money and was a lot better at this and a lot more calculated at this than Queen Bee was or is. Right. It's a good point. Not arguing with you on that for sure. But make no mistake that this is all. There's no way that you're going to see that you stirring up a bunch of shit and having a rift back and forth with someone, which constantly happens. This is the basis of content that happens on that channel. And what will happen is, if you watch Queen Bee's channel very closely, she will start some shit. She'll light the spark. And then she'll have a bunch of simps on her panel that will do the majority of all the shit talking. And she will just sit back and collect all of the money while all of these simps go back and forth with each other and attack other creators and attack other subscribers. And the next thing you know, Queen Bee is cashing in on it. And it's genius, really. It really is. It's genius. But the fact is these people never, ever, ever do any real research on these cases. It is all about the drama about the split room that the split room generates. And then channels like this will benefit financially from it. I simply do not want. I think that you people who are following the Karen Read case and doing it very closely and feel very passionate about that, I do not want you guys to take the bait and get sucked in, because they will attack you. They will absolutely attack you. As soon as the evidence becomes absolutely overwhelming and apparent, and the media starts to really shine a light on this case and how big it's going to become, these vultures will jump all over it. And they're going to look at Turtle Boy's chats, and they're going to look at David McGrath's chats, and they're going to look at Young Jerk's chats, and they're going to start making troll accounts and attacking them. They're going to dig into their personal lives. They're going to start going real life on all of these people and anybody who isn't afraid to use their last names, because you guys don't really know how these things work. You feel like there's no real reason to be anonymous because you have integrity and you believe strongly in what you believe in, and you're saying, you know what, this is me and this is what I believe in, and I feel strongly about this, and I don't want any I don't want any mistake to be made that I am not fully with conviction behind my opinions. They will use this and take advantage of it, and then they will go real life. This is what these channels do. And it's not just Queen Bee. It's a lot of different channels that do this. It's a lot of different channels that do this. And then the integrity of these cases get lost in all of the drama. This happens constantly. This has been happening since I started on YouTube. And I have always fought an uphill battle on this. This is why they will say, well, you're drama too, because I will always, nobody can deny this. Not with proof, because my intention has always been trying to fight this. My intention has always been to try to maintain the integrity of these investigations and maintain the respect of victims and their families. I have always fought for this, and nobody can honestly deny this. And those who do go real life are the ones who always attack me for this. I am always calling these people out. Now, I'm basically done with that at this point. The purpose of this is to give you guys a heads up on what is to come, because I promise you, I bet my eyes on it, that it is going to happen. It is going to happen. These people will attack you because the truth is on your side. And when they realize that the truth is on your side, and they can't argue with you when it comes to facts and when it comes to documentation, they will go real life. So not only will you guys have the problem of the people who are supporting Norfolk County and their methods, not only will you have those problems, but then you're going to take on this problem too. And I'm warning you, do not take the bait. Ignore them. Do not show up into their chats. Do not support them. I am warning you. It will make your life absolutely miserable. And look at this. David Robertson is here. This man right here can attest to what I'm saying. This is the grandfather of Kylie Rodney. Kylie Rodney is a perfect example of what I'm talking about. Kylie Rodney was a 16-year-old girl who went missing in Truckee, California. And the evidence, the indisputable evidence, dictates that her death was an accident. Now, before this was revealed, everybody who was at this party that she was supposedly at, their lives were, a microscope was put onto their lives. Their lives were turned upside down. Creators like Zavgirl absolutely perpetuated these people's lives becoming complicated and becoming a nightmare. Because it is now, what, almost a year and a half later, and Kylie Rodney still cannot rest in peace. These people have to make some sort of disgusting. Now, I'm not saying Queen Bee did any of this. I'm not even talking about Queen Bee anymore. What I'm talking about are many other creators who that back then and are still doing it. And I blame Adventures with Purpose, who are responsible for finding Kylie Rodney's body, even though they brought a closure of finding her body, finding her car in the Prosser Reservoir. They brought closure to this family, but created a whole nother monster because they implied that her friends were responsible for her death, that there was foul play involved, when there was absolutely no foul play involved. This was just a young girl who had too much to drink and was attempted to drive home in the dark and tragically died. Drove her car into a lake and drowned. Simple. That's all that happened. And that's not dramatic enough. That doesn't generate enough views. So they have to turn it into something more without any regard for how this is going to affect her loved ones and their process of mourning. Yeah, it's going to get worse, Tom. It's going to get worse. And I'm sorry for that. I'm just stating the facts. It is going to get worse. Now, I haven't watched this video yet, but we're going to watch this. I don't know what this one, but
Real Life, Episode 2.
By the way, I don't like Sinner, but I don't agree with people doxing him and fucking with him in real life. Leave that man alone. Leave his real life alone. Like, seriously.
I mean,
Stop.
he's a loser on here and whatever. That's fine. But yeah, just
leave him alone.
She's like, oh, Queen Bee's been behind the scenes and she supports everything that Blank Screen and Aileen do. Are you fucking serious?
November 29th, Queen Bee and B. Tim were saying people shouldn't go real life on Sinner. However, 4 days prior, Queen Bee was going real life on Sinner in private.
Now, I got to be clear. I don't give a fuck about any of that. I give a fuck about people going real life on other people. That sucks. That's shitty. But it's mind-blowing to me. Why is Sinner, who actually has a wrench on this channel, I don't give a fuck. People started sending me pictures of him. People started sending me supposedly an alleged police record. I don't care. Everyone here has a past, you know, not necessarily a criminal past, but I don't give a fuck about your past. I honestly do not. And the fact that that's become a problem is another example of what I'm talking about. That shit should have never happened. What is the justification for digging into who this person actually is and exposing his criminal record? Yes, Sinner has a wrench here, and I have no reason to take it away. Just because I may not agree with everything that somebody says, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter to me. Like, until this guy does something on YouTube that makes me go, you know what, dude, that is way too far. You're fucked up, and I don't want you associated with my channel, which has not happened yet. But until that happens, Sinner is welcome in my chat, and he is welcome with a wrench in my chat until he fucks that up somehow. And he hasn't. I don't give a fuck about his criminal record. I honestly don't.
She was spreading his dox, as she called it, to multiple people. But previously, she's claimed the following.
I don't go real life. But let me tell you something else. If you fuck with my goddamn kids or you want to go real life on me, I can't promise that I won't go real life back on you.
Okay.
What did you hear that?
People have gone real life on me. See, that's something that her and I will never see eye to eye on. That's the mentality where we differ. I don't go real life, period. Period. People go real life on me all the time, but I don't go real life on anyone ever. I don't care. I don't do it as retaliation. Oh, well, you did it to me, so I'm going to do it to you. That's childish bullshit. I can't even fucking relate to that. That's her alt name behind the scenes. One of them, I guess, Grandmaster Sid, El Chapo. She called herself Queen Bee Escobar. All of these things are implications of being some big drug lord. And again, people will say, oh, well, she sold drugs to kids. Totally unsubstantiated. I will not jump on that bandwagon, and I will not sit there and contribute to the rumor that Queen Bee sold drugs to children, because there's no evidence of this. I don't know anything about this. I know that she calls herself Queen Bee Escobar, as in Pablo Escobar. I know that she calls herself Queen or fucking El Chapo or whatever, because maybe she has some sort of admiration for this. I don't know what her reasons are. It doesn't matter to me, because I've never seen any evidence that she sold drugs to children. I'm not going to jump on that bandwagon, because I have never seen evidence of this. And people are concerned about this in some way, shape, or form, and they use this to try to discredit her in some way. I don't need that to discredit her. I don't need that. Her plain and simple behavior on YouTube is plenty. And again, I don't give a fuck. If she wants to make a shit ton of money via drama, knock yourself out. That's great. The purpose of this live stream is to warn this community involving the Karen Read and John O'Keefe case of what's to come, and be ready for it. And do not take the bait, because it will happen. These people will target you, guaranteed, because it generates revenue for them.
Never have. For 3 years, I never have.
Had Sinner or Emmy gone real life on Queen Bee? I know Sinner came on Queen Bee's panel once to stop her from lying about Emmy. He's also said things about her all over, but none of them were real life things. What about threats to look up someone's personal information? Is that okay?
I don't know. He keeps saying I'm a scam, but I wonder if he's a scam. I wonder if he didn't, this whole shit with the army and shit. I'm about to look into that. No, because I want to know if that's a scam.
Well, we've already had.
Why? See what I mean? Like, that's on a live stream. That right there is on a live stream. She's not even trying to hide the fact that she's going to look into his past. Why do you even know who he is in the first place? Why do I know? Why are people sending me shit on Sinner when I don't give a fuck? As far as I'm concerned, the guy's name is Sinner for the reason that it's what he wants to be known as. That's all he wants. He wishes to be known as Sinner and nothing else. And to me, I'm going to respect that, and that's his name, period. Don't give a fuck what his real name is. Never did. Never will. Do not care. Do not give a fuck if this guy served in the military, and if he did, I applaud him for his service, and I salute him for his service. But I don't give a fuck what he did in the army or in the military or in the Marines or whatever the fuck. I don't care. That has nothing to do with YouTube. That has nothing to do with true crime.
They're just not going to put it out there. You know, I mean.
Okay. You're right.
Yeah, but don't do that shit. Don't,
yeah,
don't,
I mean, I am Stolen Valor serious.
Yeah, but don't do that shit. Don't do that shit.
Well, you just don't tell anybody. I mean, no one's telling anybody.
And you ain't warned anybody with your little troll accounts, kid. All right.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is he's a coward. I mean, it's all over.
55 fucking troll accounts. He's been caught a few times. Robert Beer Breaker, whatever. That's
yeah.
What do.
Yeah, I saw what you said, Omi.
B. Tim is the only one to say don't do that. But a few days after this, he would be okay with the sharing of Sinner's private pictures. Notice what Heels in the Air said. People already have. They just don't put it out publicly. Lots of accusations of Sinner being a troll account and doing things, but zero proof was given. I've noticed that is a repeat pattern at the Hive. Accuse others without proof.
For educational purposes only. Absolutely. Cap. There's the link. Here, let's look at this fucking picture. I gotta put this up. This picture is a fucking killer, man.
Do you
we can't afford to buy his paintings.
This
Remember that,
finger
guys.
paint piano looks like fucking shit rolled in the ball. Here, let's put it up.
He's like, do you?
I mean, this is happening on a live stream. This is someone who doesn't go real life, but she's about to share the man's picture, who wishes to remain anonymous, who wishes to have his anonymity respected. And I find that fascinating because there are people who they associate with that they will absolutely respect their anonymity, right? But the thing is as soon as you piss one of these fucking vultures off, they're going to use it as retaliation. They're going to use your personal information, your pictures, anything that you don't want revealed to the public. They're going to reveal it just to hurt you.
You even pink, bro? It's like, bro, like that is the.
You better be lucky
thing.
I crop his ugly ass out of it.
Oh my god.
Friggin' Rick from The Walking Dead looking like. Ooh.
And you know, you're okay with that, Emmy, that he's calling women sluts. I mean, that's cool. That's cool. I'm glad you sat there and let him call women sluts. And I'm glad you let him denigrate Queen. Say, oh, she.
I mean, dude, who gives a shit, bro? You know, like this dude, this dude that's on this panel right now, I swear to God, dude, it's like, I mean, the way that I could describe B. Tim to me is it's like God started to make a vagina and then quit halfway, threw arms and legs and a mouth on him, and then sent him out into the world. That's my impression of this guy that's on this panel. He doesn't even have his own fucking content. He just jumps on people's fucking panels and runs his fucking stupid fucking mouth.
Oh, she doesn't do nothing. It's not like she raises 3 kids. It's not like she goes on here all the time and does her live, and that's kind of work as well. I mean, you can even talk to Laura. She considers YouTube as work. So, nice one, Emmy. Nice one.
But remember, what he says is just the opinion. So he can call anybody he wants a slag because it's just his opinion, as Emmy says.
Oh yeah.
I'm glad you're okay with Queen Bee looking up people and sharing their information around B. Tim. I thought people were allowed to remain anonymous on here. Did that change?
I mean, then my opinion is fucking Dingo Puss is an asshole and a chauvinistic pig.
What is that?
That is, I don't know. I think he ruined a piano because that was a perfectly good piano and it's ruined now.
That paint on there, or did he use that little crafting tape and
I
make?
mean, listen to how petty these fucking people are. You know what I mean? And then they want to involve themselves in crime cases. These are not people who care about crime cases. Anybody that petty does not give a fuck about crime cases or facts, because here they are, they're shitting all over. And I saw this picture that they're referring to. It was sent to me. I didn't ask for it. I didn't want it. And this is a guy who took a piano. And the thing is about Sitter is he's an artist. This is now very public, not by his choice, but his art got put out there. And the guy is actually a very talented artist. And so he decided to create art out of a piano. I've never done that. I couldn't do what he did. And for some reason, they're shitting all over the guy for it. Like, it's the pettiest and most douchiest shit you could do.
Squares. I can't tell what that is.
That's Van Gogh.
Yeah, it is. Anyways, look at this shit ass fucking finger painting job here. Are you kidding me?
What the fuck is that, bro?
It's art.
Freaking dingleberry breath.
Art is subjective, but that looks like shit to me.
That looks like a piano left in the street. They just went and took a picture. By it. That's all I'm gonna say. I mean,
and then he shares a picture from 1990 with the ball cap on. Are you kidding me?
yeah, bro.
Buddy.
Come on. You catfishing motherfucker. Come on now.
Holy fuck, bro. And like,
if you seen his face, you would know.
Now, do these people come off to you in any way, shape, or form like people who can contribute any insight that's worth a fuck on a crime case? Is there anything about their behavior that indicates to you that they could provide any valuable insight whatsoever on a crime case, especially one as important as the John O'Keefe Karen Reed case?
You would know he's not one of them dudes that can just go out and whistle and the homies will fuck.
Hell no.
Ain't
The
no
homies
way.
come on and whoop that ass. You shit.
Jesus Christ.
Bro, you stop the tough talk. You're not about that life, bro.
Like, what?
She makes fun of the picture Sinner uses as a profile because she's seen his personal accounts. What about the heavily filtered picture Queenbee shared when the news article on her was passed around? Could people say to her the same thing she is saying to Sinner here? Hypocrisy at the hive. One last thing.
She's so smart. She got 2 master's degree. But you know what, Queen Bee? Queen Bee's got felonies everywhere. Felonies.
And so
Oh my God.
look, I don't negotiate with terrorists. All right, you understand?
Wait, you know.
Was it okay for Queenbee to look up and threaten Sinner with going real life? Was it okay to share his personal information in private and then share his pictures publicly? Is the hive truly against going real life? Or does that only apply when it's happening to them? Let me know in the comments.
So, yeah. Again, folks, the purpose of this was simply to warn you, those of you who are invested in this case, because it's affecting your town, it's affecting your community, it's affecting your lives, your families, your livelihoods. This is the kind of shit that's going to get a hold of this case once the media starts really picking it up. Because the media has picked it up, but once it starts really picking it up, this is the type, and it's not just this channel, it's a lot of different channels that are going to do it. And when that happens, I am pleading with you to not take the bait. Let them say what they're going to say. Let them and their little fucking crew squawk about it. And I realized, because I was emailing back and forth with a creator who is actually very, very passionate about this case. And this person was in a chat, and I was just like, why are you even bothering? And this is a very, very logical person, somebody that I respect very much. But and that was the reason why I was talking to this person. I was like, why are you even bothering? They're not interested in the facts. They're just trying to build up their audience to counter and start riffs with people who have already set their minds to something. That's all they're trying to do. They're trying to create a drama. The drama hasn't happened yet, but it will. And I am pleading with you guys to not take the bait. Do not contribute to it. Do not go in their chats and start arguing and saying, wait, that's not true, blah, blah, blah. These people don't care. They're not doing any research. They're not interested in what you have to say. They're interested in you going in there and starting shit with them so that they have a drama to build off of and collect revenue for. That's it. That's all Dolly Vision's going to be interested in. That's all Queen Bee is going to be interested in. And that's all any other creator that engages in this bullshit is going to be interested in. I promise you that. If you trust anything that I've been telling you so far, trust this, because this is something that I know and I'm very familiar with. Jenny's Creative Studio. They are tools. Center's a great artist. Agreed. And welcome. Thank you. Member for 2 months. Yes. Hallucinogenic recipe. That is 100% true. This is the part of the cesspool of YouTube. Now, let me show you guys one more thing here. This makes me sad. This makes me sad. This is another example, completely different case. Okay. Now, this is what the Summer Wells case. A 7-year-old girl who's missing, went missing when she was 5. This is what it's become. This is just a fraction of the disgusting shit that it's become.
It sucks, man. And you know what, though? But I know that there's a blessing on the other side. And I appreciate Danny more than she could ever know. And I love her. And, like, we've got really close. So when I got that message out of nowhere, it kind of broke my heart. Because you said yourself, Danny, many times, you said, you didn't ask me for, you know, whose fault is it when you want cigarettes and I send you 300? I never, you know, and you offered to pay for our lawyers, and I was so, you know, I was like, God is for real helping, and I knew He was blessing us through you.
But why would you say you need a team of lawyers after that you guys each
Bro,
have?
I asked for prayer. That was before she even paid for that. When I did that, I was asking for prayer for lawyers at that point. She hadn't paid for them.
Did you make a short though saying you guys need a team of lawyers?
We asked for prayer that something would happen. Yeah, that was way before that she even went through and offered to help us with lawyers.
You said you were
Okay. So let me bring you guys up to speed on what's going on here. What's going on here is there is a case of a missing girl named Summer Wells. Okay. She went missing out of Rogersville, Tennessee, 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago, pretty much to be exact. And this person on the right, now the person on the left, I've reviewed him before and I've made jokes about him and everything like that, but since then, I don't have anything really negative to say about the guy. I've made jokes about him and whatnot. I do think that the guy's heart is in the right place, but he doesn't really fully understand what he's doing here. I wouldn't consider him on the intellectual level that I would consider a creator like Queen Bee or anything like that. But this is definitely generating views for him. Now, the person on the right, his name is Cam. He has a wife named Allie, and their channel is called Kraken Cases. Okay. Now, what's really sad about this is Kraken Cases. No matter what's going on here, Kraken Cases has done amazing things for the Summer Wells case. They did great things back when she first went missing. They showed up to Rogersville, Tennessee, and they did investigating of their own, but they also did this with private investigators that were hired on the case. So they didn't go and just go out there and start trespassing on properties, and they didn't go yelling through bullhorns at victims' parents. They didn't do any of these things. They went and actually did their own searching under the wing of professionals that were actually out searching. They did good work. They actually proved through their own investigating that it was very possible that somebody could have actually got on that property and taken Summer without ever being seen. They could have absolutely done this. And there's no evidence. Now, this is another case of where the room is split, much like the John O'Keefe, Karen Reed case, where people say she's innocent, others say she's guilty. This is very similar, because there are people who are convinced that Summer's parents are absolutely guilty of Summer's disappearance. Yet there's no evidence. There's no sound theories as to what actually happened to her. People are throwing crazy accusations at these parents just because of their lifestyle and how they live. But there's no actual data or evidence that indicates that they were responsible for Summer's disappearance. The closest thing to that is that at some point, CPS, or Child and Family Services, removed the siblings of Summer from these parents' home. And that, for some reason, lit up everything, and everybody was like, these are unfit parents, so they must have killed her, which is insane, which is just crazy. Now, I'm not saying they're innocent, but what I'm saying is there's absolutely no evidence to indicate that these people are guilty of Summer's disappearance, that they are responsible for Summer's disappearance. There's nothing to indicate this. And I think it's insane, and I think it's fucked up more than anything to just throw those accusations at parents of a missing child, whether you approve of how they live their lives and whether you approve of their parenting skills or not. You can't just go around accusing them of murdering their own child. It's insane. Now, Kraken Cases, this is a sad thing, because Kraken Cases, these people clearly have a substance abuse problem. They admittedly have a substance abuse problem. And thank you, Cherry, for putting that up there. They admittedly have a substance abuse problem. And so the good that they've done in this case is now lost. It's now absolutely lost in the drama of them being addicts and making poor decisions and their kids being taken away for whatever reason. The fact that their kids were taken away, we shouldn't even fucking know about. Now, they probably put that information out themselves. I don't know. But apparently what's been going on here is there's this person named Danny who helped them with money, with a lot of money. A lot of money. Some allegedly to the sum of somewhere around $17,000. And this person pretty much got sick of it. And White Boy Lockdown Radio here, I guess in his own mind was trying to stage some sort of intervention, but I don't think that this was this went the way that he planned, in the sense that you can't stage an intervention with a bunch of fucking strangers on YouTube who are looking to dig into people's personal lives and they don't even know. It doesn't work. He's just going to feel attacked, and it's not going to help him in any way, shape, or form. And I don't think that White Boy Lockdown Radio thought this through. I don't think that his intentions were malicious. I don't think he was doing it to make a bunch of money. I think in his mind and in his heart, he thought he was doing the right thing. He just didn't think it through. But make no mistake that what is going on here is the fact that Summer is lost in all of this. That the TBI, meaning the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation, who is working in concert with the Hawkins County Sheriff's Department in Rogersville, as well as the FBI, the TBI has said publicly that the reason why they have no leads in Summer's case is because of all the social media bullshit that has been taking place, specifically YouTube, in my opinion, specifically YouTube. And this little girl is lost. No one knows what happened to her. No one knows anything that has happened to her. No one even has the first clue as to what happened to her. No one knows if it was foul play. No one knows if she wandered off. No one knows if she was kidnapped. No one knows any of these things. And all of these YouTube channels that have decided to insert themselves in all of this, and I blame, and as far as the madness on YouTube, I blame the parents for just, I think that they're just as accountable for the madness on social media, because they keep showing up on YouTube channels and giving these vultures fuel. Now, this White Boy Lockdown Radio, I think he's coming from a good place, but he doesn't seem to understand that he's contributing to this as well. I criticize him respectfully. I criticize him because he is now friends with Don Wells, Summer Wells' father, and I think it's poisonous. I think it's toxic to become friends with someone who is the parent of a missing child, who continues to show up on social media and is suspected and convicted in the court of public opinion as somebody who's responsible for his child's disappearance. Now, in his heart and in his mind, he feels the need to defend them because, again, there's no evidence that this man is guilty of anything. He even had an alibi. He was at work. But it doesn't matter to these people. It doesn't matter to any of these people. And Lockdown Radio has befriended him. But now the thing is the parents are all about the YouTube drama now too. And in all of this mess, Summer is out there somewhere. I have to believe that Summer is still out there somewhere and nobody's helping her. I refuse to just assume that she's dead. I refuse to do that. Because when the narrative is spun that this child is no longer with us, then subconsciously people will stop looking for her. People will stop keeping their eyes open and scanning and keeping an eye out for her in case they see her somewhere. This is a very dangerous narrative to spin when there is a child or anyone that is missing. It's a very dangerous narrative to spin because subconsciously, you will go into the mindset that this person's dead and you won't be looking for them. How are you going to look for someone who you are convinced is no longer with us? How are you going to keep your eyes peeled for someone who you believe is no longer with us? It's a very, very dangerous narrative to spin. And now this drama of Cam being a drug addict and his wife Allie being a drug addict is lost. Summer is lost in this drama that has nothing to do with her being missing. These are just people who were supposedly covering the case. And this little girl is now lost in all of this bullshit drama. This is the dangers of drama channels getting a hold of a missing persons case or a murder case. This is the danger of that. Because if it's a missing person, then that missing person is going to be lost in this. And if it's a person who has been killed, then the justice for this person gets lost in this drama. And it's very, very sad.
We're getting together a team of lawyers.
Yeah, that's my law. We
That's
are.
what you said.
Yeah,
And
you hired them. They remember?
You
My
called
lawyer.
me and you
You remember
Cam,
that?
you called me, and you were
Okay.
afraid you were going to go to prison. And what happens to child abusers in prison?
They get
That's
killed,
why I
and that's
for
what I
that
said.
lawyer.
I'm not a child abuser, and you know that. And that's what hurt me, because you believed in me, and you some days like I didn't even want to even try anymore, and you would call and help me. I called you and just talked to you for advice on many occasions.
But wait a minute. She helped you, man.
I'm not saying.
Okay. Now, that's all I'm willing to play of this because it's too hard to watch, frankly. I was in that chat. I saw it once. That was enough. And it's, the only reason that anybody is even giving a fuck about what's going on in this guy's personal life and, what's going on between him and other YouTubers and collecting money and so on and so forth. The basis of this is the base of this was Summer Wells going missing. What does that shit have anything to do with Summer Wells being missing? Again, Summer, a 7-year-old child who's been missing for 2.5 years since she was 5, is lost in that bullshit. And that is heartbreaking. It's absolutely heartbreaking. Now, whether or not Cam is a child abuser or whether or not Cam is a drug addict, none of that shit does anything to help find Summer. Caring about that does nothing to help find Summer. Concerning yourself with these things does nothing to help find a missing child. And this is the stuff that's going to happen when it comes to people following the John O'Keefe, Karen Reed case. This, mark my words, it's going to happen. The point of this live stream, as I said before, people, those of you who live in Canton, who live in Massachusetts, who are passionate about your community and how this case is affecting you, take heed to what I'm saying. This is a heartfelt warning coming from me because I have grown to respect you and love you. And you guys are not familiar with how much of a cesspool this can be and how this can get. And I promise you, once these channels get a hold of this case, that's what this stuff is going to be about if you engage with them. Do not give them your time. Do not give them your energy. I implore you to not do this. Guys, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. I really appreciate you guys listening to me, hearing me out. I hope that this live stream finds you well and you understood why I did this. It's not to shit talk anybody else. It's not to trash anybody else. Now, I will absolutely fuck with someone's credibility and show you why they're not credible, because it's important, because credibility matters. Credibility absolutely matters. And I'm not talking about someone's personal life. I'm talking about their behavior on YouTube. Pay attention to the behavior on YouTube and decide for yourselves, use your common sense as to whether or not they merit your time or energy. when it comes to a debate on a case that you absolutely know all the facts on, and they don't. Guys, I love you very much, and we will do this again very soon, my friends.